The sun doesn't agree. The sun thinks it's perfect timing. So I don't really even expect anyone to join this live, but since I made it to 1,000 subscribers and now I need to get to 4,000 watch hours and I'm around 1,000, so I'm a quarter of the way there. I guess going live is the way to go. And these, where's the other one? Oh, she's just up ahead. These fuckers have started waking me up at 6. Oh, switched. Gorgeous, isn't it? Over here's where the chickens live, somewhere behind this one. Ari's doing a poop. Oh my gosh, there's actually somebody here. Hello, good morning. I'm just walking the dogs at like 6:45 in the morning because they're waking me up recently at 6 every day. Because when we were at Rob's grandma's briefly, she was feeding them. She would wake up at 6 to go pee or something. They would wake up and then she would feed them at 6. So now they've got it in their head that waking up at 6 is the routine and they want breakfast. I'm like, absolutely not. You can both get fucked. So I'm trying to change this routine. Oh, it's so beautiful. Bah, look at that gorgeousness. Hello, beautiful sunshine. So instead of feeding the dogs at 6 in the morning, no sound. Why not? That makes no sense. How about now? Are you sure? Can somebody else please tell me if it's just Christopher's phone or laptop lagging or if it's really me not being heard? Ah, sunshine early in the morning is good. It's good for us. Can one of you other three please clarify if I am heard or if you're just sitting there watching without any sound? But as I was saying, for those that potentially can hear me, if you can, I refuse to feed the dogs at 6. This is unacceptable behaviour. So, yay! Hello, by the way. Oh, look how beautiful it is here. So even though the dogs are waking me up at 6 and I think it's rude and I refuse to feed them at 6 in the morning, it is already daylight at 6. The sun comes up at 5 something. So I just accept that that's what's happening. And we go for a walk instead. And then I feed them at 7 to try to switch up this routine that they got into. It's like a naughty habit started by Rob's grandma. Because when we first came home, we were living there. And she got them in a routine. In Spain, they would literally sleep till like 8 or 9. And then they would start waking up and poking me and saying, oh, it's time for breakfast. Not 6. Who wants to get up at 6? You know, it is time to, wake up, get ready for the day. But I have nowhere to be. I don't need to be up at 6. I don't feel fully like with it. I haven't drank enough water really, but I'm gonna step on you. I know people yesterday were like, show us your feet, when I went live last night. But I was just like, no, I'm under no obligation to do as I'm told, actually, thanks. And it is really, really beautiful at this time of day. especially here on this oh so gorgeous farm. Dino's found a smell, he's going crazy. Oh, I walked with them like this 2 days ago, and I left the house with them at like 6:15, and we got back around 7-ish. Walked for 45 minutes. We went like the long way around the entire outside of the farm, and it was absolutely beautiful, and the sky was like pinkish and stuff. I love what it's doing. I love this angel vibe that the sun's got going on, and these, as they're blowing in the wind, they're like reflecting some shininess at me. You don't really see that on the camera, but this is lush. Hello sunshine, good morning. Oh, Dino's pooping, let him poop. So I didn't check what the weather says. I don't know what temperature we have right now. But it's early and I'm not with it. But I am walking today. Yesterday when they tried to wake me up at 6, I was just like, no, absolutely not. You can just go back to bed and don't even think about it. And it worked somehow. I just turned over and just ignored it. Then I woke up naturally at 7. And then they were like, yoo-hoo! It's food time! So I'm really trying to just slowly switch up this routine. And even though I don't feel like it's ideal to wake up at 6 and then be forced up at 6 by the dogs who think that it's breakfast time, and then have to do something to get their minds off it for an hour. We already went out for a quick little one in case they were desperate for something. They both peed. They didn't seem like they needed to poop desperately. They were just hungry. So I went in, sat on my phone for a little while, half asleep, like checked some Instagram stories, listened to what Shannon Blake had to say, and a little Shan talks as she does. And then, yeah, went to the toilet. The dogs were going crazy. Dino was really like climbing on me, trying to tell me he wants something. I know what he wants. He wants breakfast. I was like, no. No, 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 no. Dino. Oh, I think there's an animal down there. He's just going mad. It does not hurt my feet, not anymore. But this is the gravelly situation. Ari disappeared down there. Let's check. Oh, she's up here now. Here she is. Here she is. We could, instead of walking around the farm, even though that is beautiful, we could go into the forest there. There's a little shortcut. But let's just carry on. Take it easy, Dino. Take it easy. Good boy. Good boy. He just sat down. I'm a good boy, he says. Ari! She's gone off on her own mission. Ari's such a good dog that she doesn't even need a leash. If he was free right now, he would disappear into the woods. Here she comes. Here she comes. And it would be stressful to try to get him to come back again, because he's a beast man and he would run off after every smell and every sound and everything. Whereas even though Ari runs after every smell and sound and everything, because they're both technically hunting dogs in the genetics, she's a real good girl. Like, I'll show you. She's down there and she noticed that we're not going that way. Here she comes. Here she comes. When I call her, she's coming. That's just the way she is. With Dino, he's a much more adventurous type. He still comes back. Rob always says he has a 100% track record. Oh, look at that sunshine. Look at that magic. It's really twinkling for us, huh? He's a good boy in the sense that he always comes back, but he takes his time. He does what he wants to do. And yeah, he's pooping right now. They've both had 2 poops this morning. Big time poopers. Is it because you're back at Grandma's and you get snacks whenever you feel like? They love it at Rob's Grandma's house because we don't really eat meat ever. It's very, very rare that we eat meat. Like once a year maybe, if we're offered some wild hunted elk or something, we'll be like, yeah, okay. But 99.9% of our lives we eat vegetarian at least. Often vegan or like just a plant-based diet, mostly fruits and veggies, salads, whatever. And Rob's grandma's cooking meat basically every day. Like every day she cooks for the whole family. So if they go up, and Rob's grandparents, everyone in Rob's family loves dogs. I want to say almost more than people. Like they fucking love dogs. So if she's cooking up something, she's giving them little bits of meat as she goes, and then when it's cooked she'll let them taste it, and they're always getting extra snacks here. So that's probably why they're also pooping extra much. Oh, but it's just so beautiful. Everywhere I look I'm in awe. But Dino, stop pulling. Look at the little life springing through. It's a thorny boy. This is just so cute. Spring in Sweden is a really beautiful time with blossoms and flowers, but this forest in general. Rob's family's farm is literally in the forest. This used to be a Red Cross place, you know, like the charity Red Cross, where they had like camping things for kids and stuff. That's enough now. I've had enough of you pulling. Take it easy. Chill out. Be a good boy. Yes, I know Ari gets to run around and be free. If you were a good boy, then you could also run around and be free. Say hello to everyone. Say hello. Hey. Say hello. Say good morning. Come here. Chill out. Take a breather. Take a deep breath, Dino. Let's take a deep breath, everyone. It was somewhere along here that we saw a deer yesterday. And I get really excited by the smells. Have a beautiful day. Those of you that were just popping in to say hello. I really didn't expect anyone because it's so early. Well, it was like 6:45 already when I got on here. Chill, Dino. Tell us what you need to say. Tell us what's on your mind. Tell us. He's like animals, smells, forest. Let me go. Let me run. Let me have him. Let me have him. Hey, Ari. Hey, Ari. She's like, I have something to say. No, never mind. You missed it. Okay, now we go. Now he's chilling. Oh, relaxed. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful morning walking. Very good. It's very nice, you know, it's so very nice. I put you down. I put you here. And I give you some feet action. Way! Way! Oh! As I did that, Dino decided he was done being a good boy and like ran and tried to pull me. I need to get home and drink some water. I need me some water. Vatten. A little agua. bumped into a neighbour, because there's plenty of people living on this farm, also walking his dog, tiny little thing, and she's on heat, so Dino's going crazy. Ari's barking because she's just a bit of an asshole. She's a grumpy old lady, and I'm like not fully with it yet, not ready to like interact with humans. And I asked him in Spanish, like, todo bien? And then I was like, wait a second, couldn't think of how you say it in Swedish. Dino, that's enough. Whew, sending me flying there. So I just said in English, oh sorry, it's too early, how are you? And he was like, yeah, I'm good. That was funny. My brain, it's a muddle sometimes. I remember when we were living in Spain, and Rob's grandma would call sometimes and say, how are you, blah blah blah, and I would be like, yeah, okay, all good, and start like switching up, like trying my best to speak to her in Swedish, because she would speak to me in Swedish, and just start speaking to her in Spanish, and then be like, wait, that's the wrong language. To get Swedish and Spanish mixed up, like they're very different languages, but it's cool to learn languages. I love learning languages, and I already fluently speak two, being Polish, speaking English so good, yeah, it works so well. So it's super nice that I now have this opportunity to learn Swedish properly, being back in Sweden. At some point, oh, is that a daffodil I see over there? Oh, at some point when we have the baby, everyone's going to speak to it in Swedish. Baby's going to know better Swedish than me, so I need to get on it with my Swedish. And then eventually we'll be back in Spain, I think. So I need to get on it with the Spanish. Exciting. Look what I've found. Look at this. Absolute gorgeousness. There's two. This one hasn't fully come out to say hello. Oh, how lovely. Yeah, Dino would love to go hunting mode. He would absolutely love it. Oh, every time the sun hits my face, I'm like, ah. And I remember why it's a good thing to get out of bed early in the morning, even though when dogs first wake up and start stretching and go, oh, all these little noises they make as they wake up. And Dino pokes his nose in your face like, hey, wake up. I get this feeling like if it's 6 in the morning, I'm going to kill you. And then I check the phone, 6 in the morning, I'm like, and when I made that noise, Ari looked at me like, you good? Oh, look at her. Do you see it? She smelled something. She's like, oh, there's something there. Oh my goodness. So Dino is a mix between a Labrador and a Swedish elk hound. And when Googling Swedish elk hounds at some point, we learned that a Swedish elk hound, obviously a hunting dog, they're supposed to catch elks or find the elks at least, and then get them to like chase them around to get them to go towards where the hunter's ready to get them. They can go, like they can just keep having full energy until for 3 days, like just keep running around and doing hunting dog stuff for 3 days without a break. Which I think is insane. So this is why he has so much energy. Wow, there's 13 people here. Hello, good morning. I'm walking the dogs. It's super early, the sun is shining. I've got my feet out, of course. That's just the norm for me. Oh, the sun's doing magical things. There's another longer way we could have taken, the road that goes up there, but they pulled me this way, which is the shortcut, and that's good because I'm ready to get home and drink some water. But yeah, so Ari's an old lady, so she is happy to just sleep and eat and constantly just wants food, and is not super like, yeah, of course she's an active girly, she's running around, she love it, but she could go without walks. She could just be let out to pee and poo. Like, you just open the door, she'll do her business, she'll come back, she's fine. But Dino has a lot of energy. Oh, so much energy. A child was here. There's a glove and there's some remnants of child behaviour. Probably Rob's little cousin Tim. So yeah, Dino is part wolf almost. Elk hounds, the Swedish elk hound breed that he is. It's not called an elk hound necessarily in Swedish. The Swedish name for it is a bit different, but it gets translated when you put it into English. It comes out as Swedish elk hound. Harry just peed in the weirdest place. Okay. And when we googled this breed, it was like one of the most percentage of still having wolf in them, like huskies, and there was a bunch of dogs that are the closest, like, still relatives of wolves, like the highest percentage of wolf in their genes. So he's literally part wolf and has this super never-ending energy source of, I could go for days without stopping if you were to use me to hunt elks, which is kind of like what the elk hound part of him was kind of created for. So that felt like, oh, okay, so now we know why he can just climb mountains and go on a 3-hour hike and still be full of energy and never gets tired. Ari starts being like, she'll walk right in front of you and stop, and if you're not paying attention you will literally trip and fall on your face because she's trying to be like, I'm tired. But Dino is never tired. We met a friend in Spain, an English guy, 50-something-year-old, who loved hiking, and he took us on a hike. We went just once with him, even though he was asking all the time, never aligned again. But we went for a hike with him to see some magical waterfalls. It was really beautiful. It was hours, like 3 or 4 hours we were hiking in the mountains. Ari was fucking exhausted afterwards. Dino, on the way home, like on the way back, when we were walking back already towards the car, spotted some wild goats. You know, mountain goats are like literally climbing on the edges, right on the edges of the mountain. And because he wasn't tied, like he wasn't strapped up on the leash, he just poof disappeared up the mountain chasing after these mountain goats. Rob saw the situation and was like, oh, he's gonna get stuck. So Rob chases after him up this steep freaking mountain face, and as he expected, the rest of us carried on walking, so we got far enough away that we could see it from a distance, and we were like, look, there they are, they're all the way up there. Do you know, sometimes he just catches a sniff and pulls like super much. He ran only so far chasing these mountain goats until he realised, like, I'm stuck. And then he just stopped and froze and looked around super like, help, help. So, yeah, he's a bit silly sometimes. And even after a 3-4 hour hike, he's still like, yeah, I could climb that mountain. I could just run up a 90-degree hill. That'll be alright. Got stuck. Classic Dino move. Next to a big puddle thing. And then Rob had to go get him. It's crazy that he did that. He said it was pretty scary and like felt really dangerous and they could have just fallen off, but he managed it. And we were all down at the bottom watching them like, look, they're all the way up there. Do you see him? And everyone was like, oh yeah, there. Fuck, how did they get so high up? And then he grabbed him and then they like slid down together. Just like Rob guiding Dino like, come this way, boy. ¿Hablas español? Sí, sí. Un poco español. Mi español es no bueno. I understand more than I can say. But then I also don't understand as much as I think I do, because oftentimes people are saying things to me and I think I understand what they're saying. But then if I really like need to understand, like with our landlord who didn't speak any English, sometimes he's telling me something and I'm like, yeah, sí, bueno, todo bien. Then I'm like, wait a second. Does he mean wait? And then I'll get the phone out for Google Translate and then ask him just to repeat himself, just to double check. And what it comes out as is nothing what I thought he was talking about, and I'm like, oh. But I was getting better living in Spain for a whole year. I started to really get the groove of it. Everywhere I went, I was making polite conversation and I was generally understood and understanding, like on a basic level, nothing spectacular, but like, you know, I could say what I wanted generally. I wasn't just like hola, adios, como estás, and cerveza por favor. That's like the basic Spanish that the average Joe can wiggle. Like Rob was always saying that my Spanish is way better than his, and that's because I was actually making an effort a little bit to learn, but it's nothing excelente. See, I don't know what that word says. Oírte en español. Oírte. Hasta luego. Ciao. Ciao, Arnold. Hasta mañana. Posible. Hasta mañana, mi amigo. Is that my car? Super random. When you see your car just randomly. Alright, sure. Just borrowing my car. It's probably Rob's grandpa. Okay. Todo bien. No más problemas. Just having a casual little low-key Spanish conversation over here. Now we need someone to come through with some Swedish and ask me how it's going. And then a Polish person, please come through, say what's up. Oh no, it's not my car, it just really looks like my car. Oh my gosh, they literally have their petrol cap open, and I thought like, yeah, that's my car, there's that dent from where the bus hit me. I think it's literally the same car. Funny. Okay, well, we're here. There's a big riding place. There's the farm, like the main stables. Tino. Yes, I know, there's horses and goats and everything. Super exciting smells. Here's the car I thought was my car. Looks a lot like my car, doesn't it? Here's the gorgeous angel of a sun. Ah, thank you! I try. I really love Spanish. I've always loved Spanish. You see this is broken? From afar I was like, yeah, that's my car. There's the dent. Why is Grandpa using our car? Doesn't he have a farm car to drive around in? I don't think Rob's grandpa's even awake yet. But I'm very glad to hear it. Thank you so much, Arnold. Because since the first time I ever went to Spain when I was like 10 or 11 with my family, I thought Spanish was awesome. I learned Polish when I was born, and then English when I moved to England, and then French at school, which I also think is a beautiful language. But then when I went to Spain on holiday, and the way Spanish people are, you're like Italians, you're like, ah, buddy ba, buddy boo, and like super excited and full of energy, and you're flopping your hands about, and you're like, ah. I think it's to do with the sunshine. You get so much sunshine. You got this good vibe, good energy, full power, lifiness about you. So you're very talkative and expressive and like, just full of life. And it's just like, sí, bueno, bonito, blah, blah. I love it. I think I've never been to Italy, but I think I would love Italian also, because it's similar, isn't it, with the way that they like throw their hands around and bellissimo and all this stuff. So I think it goes a bit easier for me to learn Spanish because I like it. You know, you gotta enjoy it. Otherwise, it just doesn't flow so easily. I was barefoot in Spain all the time. You can check. I literally never wore shoes in Spain. You would not catch me wearing shoes in Spain. And during the winter, people would be like, in a thick coat, and we're going fucking cold. And I'd be like, love, I lived in Sweden. And people would like stop me in the street or in the supermarket or something and be like, no zapatos? Like asking me like why I don't have shoes. Like, am I too poor for shoes? Am I crazy? Like I would just tell them, todo bien, poco loco. And they were like, yeah, you're crazy. Okay, you're crazy. But like, dude, I'm from Poland. I've lived in England. I've lived in Sweden. Sunshine in Spain is full power. There is no need for shoes. Even in the winter, yes, there were moments where I was like, it's cold. Like, it's actually cold. But it's nothing compared to these countries over here. So it would be totally unnecessary to wear shoes. That would be like completely giving up. We're nearly home again. We're back in the land of little houses. Some of these little houses have been recently built by like Rob's grandpa or some builders, and some of them have just been here for absolutely forever. They're from the Red Cross. I think this grey house here has literally been here like since forever. And those, I think this building and those little cabins, me and Rob lived in that one once. It's a tiny little space. So we're almost home, and then I'm probably going to finish the live. It was just nice to chat shit with y'all early in the morning as I walk the doggos. Oh, it smells really badly like poop around here, but it's not my dogs. They pooped in the forest. Oh, I say that, and then Dino's going to poop. I would love to travel to Mexico. Actually, there's a lady I follow on Instagram. I don't know her, but she makes crochet and she's awesome. And she's currently in Mexico with her boyfriend, and I've been watching the stories and I am in love. I never really thought about going to Mexico. Like, it wasn't on my list of places I really want to visit. But since seeing her posting about it, I would love to go to Mexico. I would love, love, love it. Absolutely. Yeah, it's funny, especially in the winter when they think it's cold and you're like, nah, this ain't cold. You guys don't know cold. You don't even need a coat. I'm in a t-shirt, love. Like, chill out. They're like, oh, it's so cold. And I'm like, you Spanish people have never experienced true cold. True cold is up north. Oh, I need to blow my nose, and I need to drink some water, and I need to feed the dogs. But I'm almost home. We're almost home. There's 2 dogs on heat right now. Here he goes, trying to go up to that house where his little girlfriend lives. And she also really likes him. Oh wait, no, it's not that one. It's the one behind it, sorry. See, over there is our car. Doesn't it look the same? Oh, he went around this car. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a little bit wet over here. Still got that morning dewiness, morning dampness to it. Here's a boat. And this is our new little cabin from the outside. Yeah, there's a sink outside of it. And it's loads of boxes, and we're still in the process of moving in. But I am going to finish this live here. So thank you, all those of you who joined me today. And I shall be back. Bye, have an amazing day. Ciao.